So we already know that the job situation is bad in this country, but it is getting worse. This is being seen by increased layoffs, a slowdown in hiring, and a fierce competition for jobs, especially amongst people that are just entering the workforce. Job seekers are experiencing long and frustrating searches, and they're often citing that they're being ghosted by companies and that they are even being forced to accept lower pay.
Okay, I have to get this off my chest because I am really pissed about it. If you are in the job market currently and looking for work and you are over the age of 40, I think you need to know something about what I believe companies are doing. My husband has been looking for work and he's had plenty of interviews, but 3 of these interviews have stuck out to me, and the reason is because they've gone all the way through like 5th round interviews and 6th round interviews. During these interviews, each company has asked him to solve a hypothetical situation for their company and asked him to present to their C-suite executives how they would solve this, what type of strategy would he use, that type of thing. So he'll, spend a week creating a deck and get into the interview, and the CEO's there and the hiring manager, and then like 10 other people are there, and everybody's really engaged and they ask a ton of questions and things like that. So my husband thinks the interview went really well, and then they'll say, okay, we'll have a decision by the end of the week and we'll let you know either way. And my husband's like, great. And then the end of the week comes, nothing. He's completely ghosted. And he'll follow up with them and say, via email or whatever, because obviously you don't have phone numbers, and they don't respond at all. And this has happened to him 3 different times. So obviously I realize I'm biased, but rather than it just being my husband, I honestly think that these companies are using interviewees to mine for ideas, for strategies, for information, rather than hiring a full-time employee and paying them a salary and benefits. And I think it's absolute bull. And they know that there's nothing that interviewees can do about it, because out here we are desperate for jobs. And companies don't want to hire right now because the economy sucks. And we're just like, we got to take it up and it sucks. And I could just be crazy thinking this, but maybe I'm not. Maybe this has been going on for a while. But if anybody else has had this issue, I'd like to know.
This is a rant for all the people that are currently unemployed or have been laid off in the past 2 months, or the people that have been laid off or didn't have a job and they were able to find one. What are we doing? How are we finding jobs? I've tried to work my connections. I've applied to so many jobs that LinkedIn crashed the fuck out and it told me I could not apply for any more jobs that day. So I don't know what I need to be doing. I feel like I've taken all the steps I need to. I've talked to recruiters, I've talked to old bosses, all these different people, and I just genuinely don't know what to do. And I'm starting to freak out because one, I obviously need money. I have a home, I have a car, I have a life, but I'm also so almost mentally burnt out that I don't know what else to do. What's going on? What can I do? I'm genuinely asking for help right now. And before anybody gets in my comment section and says go get a serving job, go work at Target, yeah, that's definitely on the list. But I have a health and exercise science degree. My whole background is in sales. I'm capable of more than doing that kind of job. I'm not above it by any means, but with my experience and my education, I should be able to get a good job. And I'm not saying those are not good jobs. I'm just saying with what I have and what I've worked for, I should be able, like, I am so qualified for these jobs that I'm applying for that I am not even getting responses back. Or like just last week, I've had a couple interviews, and I don't get any like feedback, nothing when I reach out to them. And one, it's rude. Two, why are you wasting both of our time? You know, like, I don't know. Especially when I talk to somebody and they genuinely seem like interested in me, and then I reach back out and I ask about like salary expectations or like whatever, and then they just ghost me. Excuse me?
Get one unlimited Cox mobile line free for a year when you bundle with Cox Internet for just $55 a month.
Salakia for the ad.
Get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Try the Domino's Spiral Pizza or invent a new one.
Finding new adventures, and extra confidence, and extra miles, and room for every.
Excuse me? So, this is me coming on here, asking people that have found a job or are currently looking for a job, like, what are we doing? I'm genuinely like, I need help.
My company just sent out an email that they're laying off a large group of people tomorrow morning. In case you're new here, I was laid off in March this year. It took me 6 months to find a new job. Got a new job 7 weeks ago, and now this new job has announced hundreds of layoffs. What am I supposed to do here? Is this like a last one in, first one out situation? Is it like get rid of all the like highest paid people? Is it like keep the new hires because they were hired under a secret pretense of like knowing that these layoffs would be coming, and so we like definitely want the new people? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not even eligible for my corporate benefits. That's how little time I've been at this new job. I'm not even eligible for PTO. I'm not eligible for medical benefits yet. I still have a week to go. You're telling me that I might get laid off before I even get a chance to sign up for that shit? Part of me is like, you can't control any of this, so just move forward, business as usual until it's not. And the other side of me is like, no, we care deeply about this, and this will affect our life, and we need to dive deep into every possible scenario over the next 24 hours. It's also weird because like they told us that the people who will be impacted by layoffs will be notified tomorrow morning, but now we just have like a day of work, and I'm like, so we're all just gonna keep working today? I just feel like if you're gonna lay hundreds of people off, like, do it. Just do it. Just do it now. Okay, well, I guess I'll just like get to work, assuming that the shit I'm doing actually matters, because it might not.
One thing I wish I'd known is that apparently over the age.
Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachak Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all, to all Akim that are preaching and teaching His word with 100% truth and sincerity, and unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayath, the Daladah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. So, as you can see here, this is from the YouTube channel Homestead Journey, and it's titled "The Job Market Collapse is Getting Worse in America," and rightfully so. You know, this is Yahweh by Shemel Shai's doing. Okay? We're going to start off with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Verse 4, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low." Okay? So when the grinding cease, meaning, work, employment, the job market is, as the title said, the job market is, the collapse is getting worse. The economy sucks. People are getting laid off left and right, especially you women. People are wondering, how are they going to pay bills? How are they going to eat? How are they going to do this and do that when they don't have the finances? Because they don't have a job. They can't work. What are they going to do? Okay? People are in a state of, right now, people are in a very, 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 very tight spot, especially with the whole thing with the government shutdown, federal employees getting laid off, not getting paid. What are they going to do? This is just another this is just another step to cause that that more and more civil unrest. This is only going to piss the people off that much more. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 15. It says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt." And Egypt is talking about modern day America, "which the head or tail branch or rush may do." So there you go, man. Neither the head or the tail. All these people that have these businesses and they have people working for them, there's not going to be no more. There's not going to be no more work. So again, it's only a matter of time. Okay, we all know where this is gearing towards. Okay, let's see. Let's see, this is and this is going to be 2nd Esdras 16, verse 21. Actually, I'm going to start at 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" So, again, man, people are going to be getting desperate because, the money talks. Money is what makes this economy flow, right? What are the people going to do when they have no money for anything? They can't pay bills, they can't pay mortgage, they can't pay rent, they can't do nothing. So therefore, that's left, it's going to push people to that point to do things that they normally wouldn't do. Verse 19, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." Verse 20, "But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of scourges." Yeah. These people are not going to know why this is happening. But ultimately, this is judgment from Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Because this place and the people in this place have walked in great pride. They thought they were untouchable, thought that they were the best. that nobody can do better than them, that they were the best of the best. But now their pride is coming back to bite them in the ass twofold. In verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So, again, man, when the storehouses start to become, scarce of products, food, and other resources, prices are going to skyrocket. So even if the people that still have jobs left, what are you gonna? One product may cost you your whole paycheck. People are not going to be able to spend their money leisurely anymore. That's what I'm gonna drop down here to verse 40, 2 Andrews 16:40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will loose. Verse 42, he that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. So, in those days, be as pilgrims, right? Which means we're going to be wanderers, because we're not going to be able to sustain ourselves, because things are going to be so, so messed up. And people that buy, sell, and build and all that, they're not going to be able to do that. It's just going to be every man, woman, and child for themselves in these last days. Storehouses will be ransacked. People that have businesses, they're going to shut down and get out of Dodge. It's going to be absolute hell out here. So let's continue with this video, and after that I'm going to close out.
To 50, you become unemployable. I've been looking for over a year on Indeed and LinkedIn, and I have 30 years experience in corporate and sales and marketing, and nothing. It's just crickets.
I just saw a job position for an assistant director position, and they said that a requirement is that you have a bachelor's degree, and they would prefer that you have a master's degree. And the pay for this position was $50,000. You're telling me I have to have a 4-year college degree, and you prefer that I have a master's, and you're only gonna pay $50,000? We are so cooked.
I got notified that I am being laid off effective December 31st of this year, along with the entirety of my office, which is multiple thousands of people. So that's really unfortunate, and not at all what I had on my bingo card for Q4 of 2025.
So according to CNBC, employers have been hiring at the slowest pre-pandemic pace since about 2013. And they say that the job market is frozen. And interestingly enough, they did provide some recommendations for job seekers, and I'm curious to know what you think of these suggestions. They're saying that while it's harder for workers to find new jobs right now, there are some ways that they can enhance their success, and that you should invest time and energy into building professional relationships and networks, which is going to be key. They say that those relationships may help you get your foot in the door when a job opportunity becomes available. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's just, common knowledge, but is that really going to make all the difference right now? They say even sending emails to former college professors and teachers could be productive. That may work for some people that just graduated, but for those that have graduated college and high school many moons ago, that is not going to work, right? They're also saying to show off the skills and knowledge that you know to your professional network, and leverage online platforms like LinkedIn to talk about what you do or what you're passionate about. It says that it's a good way to get attention from people who may not remember you. So yeah, social media is powerful, and it can work with you or against you, definitely in today's world when you are looking for work. But I guess that's something that would not necessarily be a bad thing to do. I mean, they're really saying that you have to do every single thing. I mean, pull out every trick up your sleeve to try and get a job right now. They go on to say that you need to keep moving forward and do something. Get a part-time job in the meantime, or broaden your job search to sectors in which your skills are transferable. Yeah, of course. So, you know, if you go to school and you get a degree in something, a lot of times you can use that degree in almost whatever that is and still apply for many other jobs, even if it's in a field that's really unrelated. So we do see that. A lot of times employers are just happy to know that you do have a bachelor's degree, because it means that you are committed, you showed up every single day, you listened to what you were told, and you wanted to please your teacher, which will, you know, transfer to wanting to please the employer. So a lot of times if you have a bachelor's degree or any other degree, that is going to be a huge plus. Unfortunately, nowadays, even if you had your bachelor's degree, a lot of employers are only wanting to pay $15, $16 an hour to start, and that's just not a living wage anymore. It's just not. So, you know, I think those tips are good. I don't think it is necessarily the answer that everybody is looking for. I think we are at a time that it is very hard to find work, and more employers are letting go of their employees. If you don't think that your job can be affected, just really be careful with that. I mean, Starbucks just closed down a bunch of stores, and you have more places that are doing mass layoffs. Car companies, corporate companies, they say that healthcare is safe right now. Another place that you can probably secure a job for the moment is if you are working with the data centers and building those up, because they are popping up all over the country, unfortunately, and they are just employing a lot of people, and they're paying them a lot of money. So if you're in construction and you are in support of that, I mean, that's an area where you can look, but wow, it's hard, right? Because it's like a lot of people do not want to support the data centers, but then they also have to take care of their families. And there are a lot of these jobs out there. I'm telling you, I see them all the time. These data centers are really pushing hard to recruit people to build these up and to get these off the ground. So let me know your thoughts down below. What are you seeing in the job market? Are you struggling right now? Thank you for watching. Also,
So, you heard of data centers, construction, and any job where your skills are transferable. So, yeah, it's getting really tight out here. And you know, it's really coming down to the wire. You're gonna have to be disciplined in all aspects as things get tighter and tighter. What that includes finances, your daily spending, this and that, man. So, and pray that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't, let you fall into that temptation to where you could, slip up and then something happens. So with that, I hope that this was an edifying lesson unto the body, to the few sincere believers and listeners. And with closing, I'd like to give all the honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching His word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Ba'ath of Davodah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. It's getting tight out here. Jobs are not hiring people. Businesses are shutting down because they can't. They can't afford anything. This is all leading to one thing, and we all know where it's going. So, Shalom, Barakatham, and stay prayed up and keep your head on that swivel. Shalom.